It's the Big Buck with the latest of the canines. The Big Buck, all the doggiest headlines. With your hosts Darragh, Millie, Roxy and Bruno. They're the kind of dogs that you know.
It's time to talk about health, nutrition, training. Talk with canine professionals, owners and dogs.
It's the Big Buck, the Big Buck. All the canine stories for you.
Well, hello there, dog lovers. You're tuned into the Big Buck, your go-to podcast for all things canine. I'm your host, Darragh, and I've got my loyal pack with me, and that's Bruno, Millie, and Roxy, who are the heart and soul behind this show. They're always sniffing out the latest news and wagging our tails at the hottest events, so we've got you covered. So let's dive right into this week's doggy dish. So first off, let's see what we got coming up. We have the regular canine news roundup. We have a preview of our 2025 Irish Dog Calendar, and we have a preview of Pet Expo Ireland to come as well. So we have all that coming up, and first off, let's just dive right in, and we're going to take right over to the canine news roundup. So, okay, first up, a roundup, as I said, this week's top doggy headlines. So here's something that's really, really fascinating. Have you heard about amazing research that has been done in China on dog-human communication? Now, this is like genius. This is all about neural level activity, and it turns out that our four-legged friends are more in tune with us than we thought. So from understanding our moods to mimicking behaviours, dogs continue to surprise us with just how clever they are. But this is quite nuts, completely nuts altogether. It's crazy, because gazing into your dog's eyes, so you and your doggy gazing into each other's eyes, can actually connect your brains. What? That's nuts. That's mad. Well, it might sound far-fetched, right? But recent research conducted by researchers in China, so it's the first time that neural coupling between different species has been witnessed. Now, okay, neural coupling, let's just explain that first, is when the brain activity of two or more individuals aligns during an interaction. For humans, this is usually in response to a conversation or a story, but this is the first time that we have seen it with humans and dogs, and it raises very interesting considerations about the subtleties of the human-dog relationship, and it does help us understand each other a little better. Okay, so we know that dogs were the first animals that humans domesticated. So there's been a long history between dogs and humans. So on a relationship level, like they say, dogs are a man's best friend. I do believe it. Dogs are humans' best friends. Completely, utterly, just agree with that. And we know that dogs can recognize and respond to our emotional state. That's that's very true as well. So in this recent study, researchers studied neural coupling using brain activity recording equipment, which is called EEG. So non-invasive okay, this is a hard one for me to say. So electro I'm not going to pronounce that. I'm just going to put up on the Instagram link. Basically what it does, it uses headgear containing electrodes to detect neural signals, and in this case, it was between beagles and humans involved in the study. So, when dogs and humans gazed at each other and the dogs were stroked, their brain signals synchronized. The brain patterns in key areas of the brain associated with attention match in both the dog and the person. That's nuts, that's so cool. So, okay, dogs and people who became more familiar with each other over the 5 days had increased synchronization in neural levels. And obviously, those previous studies, they have found increased familiarity between people, so two different people. But it also happened here with humans and dogs. So, it shows the depth of the relationship between people and dogs. It actually makes the neural coupling stronger. So, it's known that dogs can form really strong attachments with humans. It's known that dogs reduce the stress levels in humans, and vice versa. Humans actually reduce stress levels in dogs too, because of that emotional bond that's there. But so I'm just still kind of reading up on this here because I'm absolutely fascinated. So the researchers also studied the potential effect of differences in the brain on neural coupling. They did this by including dogs with a mutation in a gene called SHANK3, which can lead to impaired neural activity in brain areas linked with attention. This gene is responsible for making a protein that helps promote communication between cells and is especially abundant in the brain. So, mutations in SHANK3 have also been associated with autism spectrum disorder in humans. So, the study dogs with the SHANK3 did not show the same level of matching brains because of the impaired neural signaling. However, when researchers gave these dogs a single dose of LSD, they showed increased levels of attention and restored neural coupling. So, okay, this is just this is nuts. It means that when you're looking into your dog's eyes, that your brains could be syncing with theirs. I want to really explore this over the next few weeks. I want to part of my mission here at the Big Park is to explore this deep communication that's there between dogs and humans, and I want to keep doing that, and I'm going to make sure that I start doing that over the next number of episodes. We're going to have a number of experts on to talk about this, and we'll keep going on that. But okay, well, park that for until next week, until I have a bit more research. I'm just fascinated by that. That's so cool. In other news, here in Ireland, okay, so unfortunately we have seen the XL bully ban come into effect. Now, luckily for shelters, a reprieve has been offered until 1st of February of next year to find loving homes for these amazing dogs. Now, I'll be chatting a lot more in the next few months on this as the situation develops. And we're also going to be chatting on a lot of other doggy welfare issues in Ireland because, as God knows, the welfare laws for animals in Ireland, it just needs a total overhaul. Now, look, putting it quite simply to everyone, don't forget there is a general election coming up in the next few months, next few weeks, well, whenever they decide to actually call one, but it will be in the next few months. Now, you're going to have a lot of these politicians who haven't done a single thing for animal welfare over the years. You're going to have a lot of them, incoming and outgoing, who are looking to get your vote. You're going to have a lot of them knocking on your doors. And my own preference is to let the dogs bite the balls off. Would really love to do that. But be sure to ask them, when are they going to start doing something for animal welfare? What are their views on what needs to change for animal welfare? When are they going to introduce a proper animal theft bill and stop our animals from being considered as property? Ask them why they don't give a damn about animal welfare in this country. Ask them why they haven't done anything to introduce harsher punishments for people who steal animals, for people who steal dogs, a bit like puppy farmers. Why haven't they done a damn thing to introduce better laws for animal welfare in this country? We're meant to be a nation of animal lovers. Our politicians, our TDs, do not act like that. Heather Humphreys, the minister responsible for introducing the XL bully ban, did not give a single crap about. We reached out to her, we want her on the show, we want her to explain, as the number one dog podcast in Ireland, we wanted to explain why exactly why hasn't she listened to the shelters? Why hasn't she listened to dog owners? Why has she just gone about and done her own thing and not give a damn about what the animal community actually thinks? God help her if she knocked on my door, because she'd be told what we plot there would be for her to shove her head into outside in the field. Bottom line, we need to be doing more in this country for our animals. We're not doing that. So hold your politicians accountable. Make sure you ask them the tough questions. If they can't answer them, they don't get your vote, lads. It should be as simple as that. Now, okay, before I get too riled up there on that whole thing there, right, let's talk about the Irish dog calendar. So, okay, this has been launched. This has gone to print. We have our 216 doggies in the calendar. Bruno, Millie and Roxy have been working their paws off to make sure that this year's calendar is absolutely amazing. Now, this year we are celebrating a very important theme, which is Unleash the Power of the Paw, showing how that bond between humans and dogs. You might be gazing into each other's eyes, it might seem romantic, your neural patterns might be linking, but that bond that's there is evident in the home of every dog owner. So we want to show how the power of the paw really demonstrates this human canine bond. It brings together the beauty and the spirit of dogs from all over Ireland. And now we're proud to announce that the design is now available to view on our website, dogcalendar.ie. You can check out the preview online. You can get your orders in now. We have a watermark on the preview. That's only for the preview. It won't be on the actual main site itself. So you'll get a sneak peek of what's to come. You'll get a sneak peek at the calendars and you'll be able to order them. We also have an ambassador program launched. This ambassador program is available to both charities, shelters, and it's available to influencers as well, or any dog lovers who have a good following that might want to make a little bit of money in the run up to Christmas. So the main ambassador program for dog lovers, if you sell calendars through your unique link, you get 25% back through for each calendar that you sell. For charities that sell the calendars, in addition to what we will be giving away later on in the year, the charities do get 40% back on each sale as well. So that's a nice big bonus there. We're doing everything that we can this year. And we're going to have them on sale, which leads me into my next topic. We're going to have them on sale next weekend at the Pet Expo Ireland in the National Show Centre, 19th, 20th of October, in Swords, right next to the airport. So, speaking on that, coming up now in just a second after this, we have Michael from Pet Expo Ireland telling us all about what's coming up. So, stay tuned.
Are you tired of using low-quality bags to pick up after your dog? Do you get dog poop all over your hand when cleaning up their mess? What you need is a mutt mitt, a strong 2-ply bag that makes it super-duper easy and hygienic to pick up your dog's waste. Check it out on muttmittsireland.ie. Mutt Mitts, better than a bag. Proud sponsor of the Big Bark podcast.
Okay, so joining me now is Michael, the coordinator and the creator of Pet Expo, which is happening next weekend in Dublin. Michael, big welcome to the Big Bark podcast.
Hello there, thanks for having me.
No problem at all. So, okay, first off, Pet Expo is happening on the next weekend, so the 19th, 20th of October. Tell us a bit more about it.
Okay, well, it's on the show centre, the National Show Centre, the same place as it was last year. It's literally just 2 minutes from the entrance into the airport. Saturday and Sunday, doors are open from 11 till 6, so it's not too much of an early start for some, especially the exhibitors. And hopefully we'll get some good weather, and it will be an enjoyable day for everybody. We're trying to push on the outdoor side of it this year a bit more than we have done in the past. It gives us more options, especially with the amount of dogs that are turning up. So last year we had thousands of dogs, and thankfully we had the space outside and it stopped raining for the 2 days, so it was quite nice to us. But yeah, that's basically what we're sorry, as I was saying there, yeah, we started using the outside last year more than we have done in the past, because with the RDS it was slightly bigger and Belfast was slightly bigger, so we had a bit more options regarding volumes and numbers and stuff like that. So hopefully this year with the increased numbers, everybody will have a few options. But straight away, I've already drifted off from your question.
don't worry about it. Sure, look, if we drift off, we drift off. As long as we don't put anyone to sleep, drift off that way. So okay, tell me, how long has Pet Expo been running? How many years have you been doing this?
Right, I took it over in 2016. There was 2 girls running it before that. So I think it's about 15, 16 years running now at the moment. And The girls had it in Punchestown and the RDS, and they tried one or two outdoor events as well. One in Clockram actually, in the summer, an outdoor event, and then another one in Bray in another outdoor event. So when I took it over in 2016, we did the RDS, and then we moved from the RDS to the show centre in Swords. But we also added Cork and Belfast, which was pretty good, pretty interesting. So, but yeah, 16 years this year it will be.
Okay, wow. I actually didn't realise it was going that long now myself, to be honest. I knew that you had been in the ODS beforehand, alright. And like I said, you're in Swords this year in the National Show Centre, which is an amazing venue itself. It's a massive venue. So tell us about some of the things that people can look forward to when they go to the Pet Expo.
Okay. Well, again, this year we're trying to expand it a bit and give everybody options. In the past, it's been kind of focused on the demographic have been focused on the normal person with the normal dog and the normal family and this and that. So every year we get asked to do something and do this and do that. So the agenda or the schedule, there's a main arena inside. There's a small arena, which is like tail talks. It's going to be questions and answers and stuff like that. And then we're going to have a couple of arenas outside. Now, when I say arenas, one of them is sheepdog demos. So we're doing 3 of them, both Saturday and Sunday. We have a fenced off, gated off lead area for dogs. That's going to be supervised. We have an outside petting farm. All the large animals for the petting farm are going to be outside, and we're going to have alpacas as well outside. And then we have like the food market, so to speak, the food trucks. We have 3 or 4 different food trucks, and we're putting a lot of gazebos outside this year, just to try and give people options to spend more time outside rather than spending all the time indoors. But yeah, that's some of them. That's some of the outdoor things. Inside we have reptiles and exotics. We have a big display there going on, and the guys from Reptiles and Exotics Dublin, and they're bringing everything. They're going to have like a 15-meter display, and we're going to have another petting farm inside. We're going to have we have ponies. We have ponies inside and outside. It's a unicorn pony, so I believe is what I'm being told. So there's going to be photo opportunities there for young children to get their photograph taken with the unicorn pony. That could be, depending on the weather, that's going to be either in the main arena or we're going to have a stand allocated for the ponies anyway. But there'll be also ponies outside as well. So plenty of photo opportunities for the young guys. For the more serious dog lovers, so to speak, the breed village is just. It's amazing. You have to witness it, because it's similar to Crufts. It's basically the experts around Ireland, that would know a lot more than me anyway, put it that way. I'll use myself as an example. I've had dogs for 30 years and I don't know enough about them, but the people that are hosting or exhibiting in the breed village can tell me everything I need to know about every breed of dog. Basically, we've over 50 breeds. We have over 50 breeds this year. So it's very good if you're considering adopting or getting a different breed of dog or a unique breed that everyone thinks, oh, I'm only using this as an example, but Golden Retriever is a lovely dog. I have a Golden Retriever and they're an absolute nightmare. But at least if you go to the breed village and you're asking specific questions about specific breeds, you might get the correct answers that you need. That might, that it might persuade you to go with that breed, or it might persuade you to go with a different breed. And then of course it's just the social part of it. It's people love if you have a dachshund, you love talking to somebody else that has a dachshund. But yeah, the breed village, there's 38 stands, there's over 50 breeds, there'll be over 100 exhibitors, and then all the information that you need. And we're going to have a breed parade as well in the main arena. That's at 2:00, I think. We've 4 dog shows going on this year. We've got the 2 fun dog shows, which are every day. They're hosted by Dogs in Distress. So all the money, it's only a couple of euro to enter, and all that money, all the proceeds go to Dogs in Distress. We have a couple of online shows as well with our social media. Pet Expo's Perfect Pooch, which is it's a pretty big attraction. We get a lot from all over the country, and we bring the top 20 finalists up to Pet Expo to do the final on the day. So it's quite a big thing. It's pretty enjoyable for them. And then the other one is the Pet Expo, the Rescue Dog of the Year. So that's a new one that we're doing this year, because previous years we were doing the RSVP, Ireland's Next Top Modra. But that has stopped this year. So we brought in the Rescue Dog. There's loads going on. There's demonstrations going on before the shows in the main arena. There's demonstrations going on over in the small arena as well. There's grooming demonstrations as well, which attract a lot of people, because people love to see dogs getting groomed, because most people, when you drop your dog off, you don't see what goes on. And I think I've noticed over the years as well, the likes of TikTok and Instagram, a lot of groomers are now doing live video when they're grooming the dogs, so the owners can actually watch their dogs or keep an eye on their dogs. But we've got grooming demos going on. We got Ask the Experts. We have vets in there as well, so a lot of people will have a lot of questions that they can get answered by the experts, so to speak, by the vets. I'm sure there's more. I can keep going.
Well, just go back there for a minute. You're talking about, especially the breed specifics, and knowing what questions to ask about breed. I think that's definitely very important nowadays, because especially through COVID, you saw a lot of people just getting dogs because they were home and getting dogs for the sake of it. And now we have all these dogs that are so, I suppose, unsocialized, and a lot of people, they weren't aware of what they're actually getting in with. So I think asking the right questions is very important to do if you're thinking of getting a dog.
Yeah, definitely. And you've seen a trend on certain breeds and crossbreeds over the last 5 years. We won't get into that, but it is there. And, the people in the breed village, the experts, so to speak, they're the ones that people have to listen to, because they're the ones that are going to be honest with you and tell you, no, you're not the right person for this breed. There's no point going in and looking to look for a Vizsla when, you're working 6 days a week and you can only walk the dog 3 times a week, or you can only give him a 10-minute walk in the evening time. So that will be, that'd be the type of thing that you would be, I suppose I can't vouch for it, but I'm just guessing that these guys would be given the correct the advice to the right people.
Exactly, and that's what you want. And okay, so there's a lot of exhibitors, you said, as well. So there's an exhibitor village as well. So tell us about some of the exhibitors on the day.
Right. Well, we've a total of 135 stands, I think, including the breed village. And they do vary. You kind of see a patch in most years of the likes of the dog food companies and the normal, the leads and the collars and the pet treats, the dog treats and stuff like that. So we do kind of have a mixture of everything. I do get emails in all the time saying, have you got this, have you got that? And I'm going, well, I don't have it, but yes, there is a stand there, or there's 2 or 3 stands that, they might have an online shop. These people might be looking for something unique, but if you can't find it at the expo, there's something wrong. Out of 100 different trades, the guys kind of they nearly cover everything. But yeah, we have everything from, we have photographers, we have artists, we have a caricature this year, we have guys doing balloons, kids balloons, we have dog training, and we have I suppose, without going into too much detail, if you branched off owning a pet into like 10 or 15 different branches, we probably have something for everybody. Like we have a guy selling food for reptiles. Do you know what I mean? So and then we have another guy specializing in training material for cats. We've an interesting one there now. And I had to read up about it. Lure training. He has this lure machine. Basically, he's trying to promote it for the use for pets, for dogs mainly. Because everyone thinks of a lure machine, they just think greyhounds, or they just think hounds just chasing after the lure. Where if you think about it, some people bring their dog into a park every day for a walk, and the exercise is a tennis ball, and that's it every day, 7 days a week. And the dog goes and chases the tennis ball and comes back, and it is exercise, but it's the same thing. All day, every day. And these machines, basically, you just set them up in a field, and it's just like a dog chasing a tennis ball. But you can set it up where it goes zigzag and go left to right, up, down, and then the dog's running around after it. But it's like a little machine on a little tiny coil, I think. But I'm curious to actually see the angle that this guy's coming with, to try and promote it towards normal pets, house pets, rather than just the likes of greyhound and nurtures and stuff like that. But yeah, I suppose if you're looking, we have pet insurance, we have equine, we have feline, we've companies from the UK there, we have a couple of companies, and there's a bit of an increase this year in pet treats. Last year there was an increase in all the guys doing the matching harness and collar sets. You've probably seen them all over social media. So I think that was I think COVID helped with that, where there was a lot of small companies started up doing the matching sets. But we have to remember there's been a huge increase in pet ownership in Ireland in the last 5 years. So there's enough room for an awful lot more business in the pet trade. We've been saying it for years, and we just kind of haven't increased it. And kind of last year and this year, we've seen a bit of an increase in certain sides of the trade.
Yeah, absolutely. There really has been like a huge increase. Like I've seen it myself, even down here in Limerick. There's a massive increase in dog owners, especially down here, and like all different breeds. Like like you mentioned a while ago, some of your like the crossbreeds. Like you have a lot of people now who are going for like the Cavachons, the Cavapoos, the Cockapoos, all those and there's a huge increase in ownership amongst those, especially, and even like the likes of other breeds that you wouldn't have seen as much a few years ago, like some boxes and all, are becoming very popular again.
Yeah. And then unfortunately, I seen there the other day there's 2,800 dogs registered in rescue. So we still have the big problem of way too many dogs in foster and rescue. Although thankfully, like we've 6 or 7 rescues with us again this year. We always have rescues joining us this year, every year. And with a bit of luck, they'll get something out of it as well.
Brilliant. Okay, so it's on next Saturday and Sunday, and it's on in the National Show Centre in Swords. Where can people buy tickets for?
They can buy them on the website, petexpoireland.com, or they can pay at the door. You can simply just roll up. You can pay by card, pay by cash, pay whatever way you want, and you can pay at the door. And yeah, it's as simple as that. Hopefully it'll be another successful event, and the weather will be nice to us. And again, emphasising the weather situation, it really doesn't matter, because it's still, you've got the options of indoors and outdoors, and some events or some family day out, so to speak, are kind of you're relying on good weather. So the idea with the Pet Expo is it's going to suit everybody. It's going to suit every age, every type of family, every type of person, every breed of dog or a pet lover, so to speak. We had a woman there last year walking around with a cat on her shoulder, and another one with a parrot. People love bringing their pets. It doesn't have to be a dog.
Brilliant. Well, look, we're definitely looking forward to ourselves, and we're looking forward to being up there next weekend ourselves as well. So, we'll be spreading the word in the run up to ourselves here as well, and we'll be hopefully doing a giveaway with yourselves as well over on social media. So we'll have more details on that on Monday.
Cool.
Perfect. Okay, listen, Michael, thank you so much for joining me today on the Big Bar to talk a bit about the Pet Expo, and we'll see you there next weekend.
Super. See you then. Thank you, Darragh.
And a huge thanks again there to Michael from Pet Expo Ireland, filling us in on all the things that are happening at the amazing Pet Expo next weekend, October 19th and 20th, in the National Show Centre in Swords, right next to Dublin Airport, 2 minutes from Dublin Airport. So be sure to get on down, get over to petexpoireland.com to get your tickets. There's so much coming up, and like, one thing I'm really looking forward to is what he mentioned there, and I'm baffled at this. There is apparently a unicorn horse, a unicorn pony, Ace the Unicorn Pony, that is going to be there at that, and I just want to know, like, if I'm actually smoking something when I see this unicorn pony, because, like, or if I'm half twiddled or drunk or something, because, like, that is just going to make me go, what the hell? Yeah, so there's a lot going on. You have dog shows, you have loads of exhibitors, you have tail talks with Ruby Reese on the stage, you have the breed village where all the experts on different breeds, you have sheepdog demos, you have a lizard village, you have, let's see, what else have you? You have live demonstrations in the alpaca arena, you have the off-leash areas, and of course you have us there, and we're going to be stocking the Irish dog calendar at our stand. Be sure to check it out. So, we also have our competition going on over at the our Instagram page, so be sure to check that out. And we will have a raffle on our stage as well, or on our stand. On our stage, we're not that big. We'll have a raffle on our stand next week. So all you'll have to do next week, we'll have all the full details on that as we approach towards the expo. And what we will be giving away a couple of vouchers. We will be giving away some prizes. All you need to do to enter is buy a calendar from us at our stand. And that's pretty much all we have time for today. Actually, in fact, that is a wrap on our show for today. So thank you to Michael for joining us. And thanks for tuning in to everybody. And don't forget to follow us on social media for all the latest updates. For our ticket giveaway, we're giving away 2 pairs of tickets for the Pet Expo. And more details on what's to come from us at Pet Expo next week. Bruno, Millie, Roxy and I will be back next week with more dog-tastic news. And until then, give your puppies an extra belly rub from us. Take care, everyone. Good night.
It's the Big Bark with the latest of the canines. The Big Bark, all the doggiest of headlines. With your hosts Darragh, Millie, Roxy and Bruno. They're the kind of dogs that you know.
It's time to talk about health, nutrition, training, talk with canine professionals, owners and dogs.
It's the Big Bark, the Big